So hi there, welcome to this channel, and today in this video we are going to learn about advanced CSS gradient. Actually, in CSS gradient is used to display a smooth transition between two specified colors. There are actually three types of gradients in CSS: linear gradient, radial gradient, and the conic gradient. So the basic syntax of a linear gradient is that inside this background image property or background property, we use this linear gradient function, in which first of all we provide it the direction to which we want our colors to be transitioned, and this direction property is optional, whereas these color stops are compulsory. There must be at least two color stops, and by color stop we mean each individual color between which we want the transitions. So these are the examples. These are different directions that we can use inside a linear gradient. So first of all, the default one is top to bottom, which is this way. As you can see inside this image, the first color is on top, whereas the second one is on the bottom. And let us see it inside our browsers as well. So this is the file that we are going to use for practice today. I am going to create an empty div and style this div and give it the height of 300 pixels to show you the example. So let us give it the background, and in this background use this linear gradient, and to this let us give it the direction of to bottom this way, and then we use two colors which are red and blue. So you can see that this gradient is here from top to bottom, and if I write here to right, now our gradient is from left side to the right side. And the same way, if I write here bottom right, then you can see the gradient is now from top left to the bottom right. These are those three background directions that we can use in CSS linear gradient property. And whereas if we want more control over our directions of our transitions, then we can use these angles inside. So for using angles rather than the direction property, we write it in the at the place of that direction property direction value, but we use that DEG, which means degree word with the degree. So for 0 degree it means to top, and for 90 degree it means to right, and for 180 degree it means to bottom. So we can give any sort of degree from 0 to 360, but these are the values that just depict our predefined values as well. So if right here I give it the degree value for maybe 45 degree, then you can see now our gradient is at an angle of 45 degree of transition between both of these colors. So after angles, this is the syntax of those angles. We use this, write this angle this way using that DEG suffix, and then specifying the colors between which we want that transition. So after this comes using multiple stops. So rather than only two stops, we can use multiple stops as well, as shown in this example. So right here, if I give it multiple colors, and inside our browser you can see that these are multiple colors, and they are in this form. The linear is transition from to the bottom because we have not specified any sort of direction in it, so the default direction, which is to bottom, is being used. So after this property comes our linear repeating property, and in this property we can use a format of colors, and those colors would just repeat themselves automatically. So right here, as in this example, we use the repeating linear gradient function in our background property, and then specify those colors that we want to repeat, and they would automatically repeat inside that div. So if I write repeating right here and give them some values, and let us give it the 10%, whereas for the red, if I give it the 20% value, then you can see that in our browser those values, that gradient is being repeated inside our image, inside our element. So this was it for this gradient value. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you. Goodbye.